Hey there, how's it going everybody? Dan here with plantabundance.com. It is August 14th, 2016 on a Sunday. It's been about a week since I uploaded a video, so in that case I like to kind of just summarize what's been going on over the last week. So the week prior we were actually getting weather down into the 70s and the 80s all week. It was very pleasurable to be outside. I got a lot done. This week we're back into the high 90s for the most part. And what I wanted to point out about that is one thing that's great about food forest style gardening is that you're creating layers, and it's that upper canopy layer that starts to develop, which makes it so even through the midday you can see we've got shady areas where we can be out here and work. Got a lot going on. Ceanothus here, amaranth. Looks like got a couple more zucchinis about ready to get picked. And when we whip back around the other way, you can see again there's just a nice shaded area back over here where I can work while other areas of the garden are still full sun. I could easily just get some work done over in this area. I could be trimming back this basil, taking some of these flowers off, trying to stimulate new growth. I'm actually about to take a whole bunch of longevity spinach cuttings here. There's probably like 30 or so that I want to take and get this established in many different areas of the yard, create patches of this stuff. Got this abundant tree kale in front of me. It's flushing out a lot of new, nice growth. This plant does very well for the heat of the summer. There's a lot of cuttings that can be taken off of this plant. I'm going to thin it out a little bit more. I've been doing that all week as well. See, the hop vines are doing very well. These are on their way to being just about perfect. So I'll be harvesting some hops here soon. This I really want to share with you. This is a Peter's Honey Fig variety. And I'm having really great success with actually being able to get all the fruit off of this tree for the most part. Unlike my blackjack fig, my mission fig, I've been getting a lot of damage from wildlife. And I think I figured out why. This is actually a green skinned fig. So when it's fully mature, it still is green. And I think the wildlife is actually being fooled by that because, well, let me just show you. On my fig trees over here, none of the unripened figs are damaged. But you see how this one here is starting to turn purple. I would say in about 2 days this would become fully purple, and by the third day it's going to have a whole bunch of damage to it. But this Peter's Honey Fig, I've been getting great harvest from it. I'll go ahead and sample one for you now. Telling you, this stuff is like jelly. This fig really satiates. If you got a sweet tooth, the pomegranate tree started putting on a nice fruit set of pomegranates. The chaya cuttings that I planted out here are now almost about 4 feet tall now. So I really look forward on taking a harvest and preparing this similar to spinach. Well, the wife's been doing an excellent job helping me to keep up on the daily harvest. As you can see here, she's harvesting some long eggplants that I planted out from seed. This is both one of her and I's favorite crops to grow. Very prolific. We usually keep it pretty simple, just boil them soft, add a little salt and pepper and butter if you like. And the dogs, Happy and Rocket, they've been enjoying each other's company all week. These two have become best of friends for sure. Nice one. So last night I was out here harvesting some serrano peppers and tomatoes. As you can see, this pepper plant here is just loaded down. This serrano pepper is one of my favorite peppers to grow. It's very prolific, and oftentimes they're actually eaten when they're still a green pepper. I tend to like to let my fruits fully mature, and in the case of bell peppers and hot peppers, usually that means turning red. And here's one of my purple jalapeno pepper plants. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite peppers to grow, so I'm going to be saving seed and trying to proliferate this plant next year. I've already taken a couple harvests off this plant. And I really was able to pull down quite the harvest of tomatoes last night as well. They were all just absolutely perfect, vine ripened, organic, and it was starting to get dark quickly, so I was in somewhat of a rush, but just a great overall way to end the night in the garden. So here's a better look at the harvest from last night. As you can see, we got an abundant amount of tomatoes and a good amount of peppers. So I still haven't fully made up my mind how I'm going to utilize today's harvest of tomatoes. It is a lot, but it's not enough that would warrant going through the process of canning, in my opinion. So I'm probably going to end up juicing the heck out of these. I love throwing 3 or 4 large tomatoes in a juice. Just puts it over the top. Love it. And these peppers here I plan on pickling. I've already dehydrated a whole bunch of peppers from previous harvest, so I'm good in that department. But this time I'm going to give a go at some pickling. Look forward to sharing that with you. Well, it's been another great and satisfying week in the Plant Abundance backyard. And there's really only one way to send out the week on the Sunday evening, and that's with a nice fresh cup of hibiscus tea. I like to add just a little bit of honey to that. And with that, I hope this video finds you all and finds you well, out in the world and out in your garden, planting more abundance in your life.